News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
It's 2:05 Thursday afternoon, March 18th, 2021. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rob Hart. We're about 10 minutes away from live coverage of President Biden talking about the progress of COVID-19 vaccinations in this country. He's expected to announce that we've crossed the 100 million vaccinations threshold, which means he has fulfilled a campaign promise about several weeks ahead of schedule. He was going to promise 100 million shots in the first 100 days, and he says that's probably done already. Find out coming up in 10 minutes. We have 43 degrees at O'Hare under partly sunny skies. That's your high for today. And as the rain moves out, the sun will make an appearance in the northern suburbs this afternoon. Breezy, though. The 5-day forecast from AccuWeather on the way. The light at the end of the tunnel getting brighter today. Governor Pritzker is laying out the roadmap for a total easing of restrictions as the state of Illinois recovers from the COVID-19 pandemic. The details from WBBM political editor Craig Dellamore.
Governor Pritzker says President Biden's made good on his promises to increase vaccine supplies going to the states and cities, so Illinois could be able to administer 1 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine weekly in April. That's good news.
It's time to begin to cautiously move toward normalcy, and it's imperative that we do so in a way that maintains all the progress that we've made to date.
The governor's outlined the metrics, assuming no surges. Capacity and business restrictions ease when 70% of residents over 65 have been vaccinated at least once, and when half the total population's gotten a shot, business could return to normal. But State Health Director Dr. Ngozi Ezike warns that masks will still be part of life.
Wearing the mask is not going to be forever, but until more people are vaccinated, this will be the path forward. Testing is also vital.
Craig Dellamore, News Radio 105.9 FM.
A suburban restaurant owner who is challenging the state's COVID restrictions in court says Governor Pritzker's plan to reopen the economy fully will do more harm than good.
Casey Goldbro owns the Foxfire restaurant in Geneva. He says linking the full reopening of restaurants to vaccination rates is a needless delay when COVID infection rates have dropped, and he claims restaurants have already proven they can operate safely with precautions in place.
When we've already been suffering to now enforce vaccinations and have to wait for that, it seems like we keep prolonging just getting back to business, getting back to real life.
While Goldbro expects his restaurant to survive the pandemic, he says many are struggling to stay open and might not survive waiting for vaccination rates to reach the levels Governor Pritzker has mandated for full reopening. Jim Goodis, News Radio 105.9 FM.
A new hotel is open at Navy Pier. CEO Bob Habib says the hospitality industry is starting to bounce back.
In Illinois, where we really have had a long period of time where we had very strict restrictions, this easing, we think, will open an opportunity for us to really see improvements in our occupancy.
It's called Sable at Navy Pier. It's the first hotel on Navy Pier. Laughter is the best medicine, especially coming out of the pandemic, and on that front, the Tribune reports Second City comedy shows are planning to reopen at Piper's Alley in Old Town on May 7th. WBBM News Time, 2:08. Traffic and weather together on the 8th, sponsored by Black Diamond Plumbing and Mechanical, and here's Claire Lang.
We're seeing solid traffic eastbound on the O'Hare extension. That would be I-190. Many of you haven't been venturing in or out of O'Hare recently, but you are today. We got a crash at Manheim, so you're solid from Bessie Coleman. If you're on the Edens, not so bad. Kennedy out. Okay to Montrose, but 24 to O'Hare. A lot of that traffic filtering to the O'Hare extension. Coming in 35 from O'Hare, 25 off the Edens. Outbound Eisenhower, 25 to Manheim is 38 to 390. Inbound is 40. It's coming in from 390, 30 minutes from Manheim. Stevenson out, 27 hit the Tri-State, 37 to 355. Inbound just 32. A little bit of ramp traffic in your way, approaching the inbound Dan Ryan. Road work on the ramp. Outbound on the Ryan, 25, inbound 20. 57's okay, a little busy on the Bishop Ford, headed out, that's 20 minutes. Inbound will take you about 19. Lakeshore Drive improving, had a previous northbound crash in the Oak Street curve, has been towed. A similar story on the Tri-State, have a crash northbound on the left shoulder just past the Bishop Ford. So the bulk of that backup, actually westbound 8094, feeding onto the northbound Tri-State, heavy from Kennedy Ave all the way to the Bishop Ford. Next traffic report, 218. News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
AccuWeather forecast for this afternoon. Very windy and chilly with gusts of over 40 miles an hour. The rain continuing to push out of the area. It's going south. Then clouds breaking this afternoon, becoming partly sunny in the northern suburbs, a high of 43. Tonight, clearing and cold with winds gradually subsiding and a low of 31. Right now, we have 43 at O'Hare, partly sunny skies, 41 at Midway, 39 at the lakefront. Lake Forest, partly sunny, 40 degrees, topping out at 43. Markets are lower in this final hour of trading. The Dow is down 39 points. The Nasdaq is down 328. The S&P 500 is down 41. It's 210.
Black Diamond Plumbing presents the sounds of spring.
Wait a minute. What's that last sound?
That, my friend, is probably the most important sound of spring. Your sump pump. This is Rick Sperando from Black Diamond. We can't control the weather, but we can protect your home from its devastation. You never know when your sump pump may fail, and if it does, the damage it creates is catastrophic. Give us a call today at 847-719-8473 to make sure your pump is prepared for all the spring showers. That's 847-719-8473, or visit us online at blackdiamondtoday.com. And remember, we're there when you need us.
If your plumbing isn't right, call us day or night, there when you need us.
It's 2:11. Hunger is still devastating communities in northern Illinois, and pantries say it's been difficult to keep up with a 34% increase in demand over the previous year. The story from WBBM's Brandon Eisen.
That demand is not going down as they continue to help tens of thousands of families each month get access to free, nutritious food, says Food Bank President and CEO Julie Yurko.
So depending on where you go, you are going to see a line of cars. It could be multiple rows of 25 to 40 cars in every one of those rows across a large parking lot, or it could be a lower amount of cars, but still a long line.
And Yurko says their network of 900 food pantries and service agencies have received $1.7 million in grants from the food bank to build their capacity for food storage and distribution, but that they report back to her that they are still unable to meet the increased need.
Including 1 in 6 of our children who are hungry in the suburbs of Chicago and across rural northern Illinois.
Brandon Eisen, News Radio 105.9 FM.
Food bank representatives say the best ways to help are to volunteer or donate money directly to the food bank, where they can turn every dollar into $8 worth of groceries. Starting tomorrow afternoon, suburban Cook County residents between the ages of 16 and 65 with certain medical conditions will be eligible for COVID-19 vaccination through the county health department. The group is called Phase 1B+. Online appointments are required. Eligible suburban Cook County residents need to register at vaccine.cookcountyil.gov. It's 2:13. Coming up, the AccuWeather 5-day forecast, and then a live update from President Biden on the state of vaccinations in the U.S.
Keep listening. Your next chance to win $1,000 is just minutes away. Hear the keyword at 2:22. News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
At CBS News, our mission is to provide you with the facts you need to stay safe and informed. CBS This Morning and the CBS Evening News continue to deliver the latest news and developments on the COVID-19 outbreak. You can watch our free streaming service, CBSN, 24/7 at our website or on your phone using the CBS News app. Right now, we know you have a lot of questions and are looking for answers, and we want you to know CBS News is here to help you make sense of it all.
Would you like a cleaning product that can be used in the garage, the laundry, and the kitchen, and save space in your cabinet? Hi, I'm Bruce Fabrizio, inventor of Simple Green. Concentrated all-purpose Simple Green is the answer for versatile cleaning throughout your home and garage. I'm so certain you'll love Simple Green. If you're not 100% satisfied, I'll give you your money back. To learn more, visit us at simplegreen.com.
Just announced at Man Carey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. 0% for 84 months on almost all brand new cars. You heard right. 0% for 84 months on almost all models. Jeep Cherokee Limiteds, Compasses, 0% for 84 months. Take $10,000 off MSRP on new Ram 1500s. New Jeep Cherokees for $19,995. New Grand Cherokees for for $29,995. 600 factory cars on display for immediate delivery. Grand Cherokee Limiteds, Wrangler Saharas, Gladiator Rubicons, SRTs, RTs, Hellcats, Red Eyes, Scat Packs, Rams. You will drive home today. 0% for 84 months on almost all new cars. Don't forget, $10,000 off Ram 1500s. Jeep Cherokees, $19,995. Jeep Grand Cherokees, $29,995. And no payments till June. Man Carey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Oak Lawn. $1,389 per thousand financed on select models with approved credit in lieu of rebates. Off MSRP may not be which vehicle sold in trade area plus tax, title, license, and dock fee.
Standing by for live coverage from President Biden about giving us an update on vaccinations for COVID-19 in the U.S. We'll bring that to you as soon as he takes the microphone. WBBM News Time 2:15. Now the AccuWeather 5-day forecast sponsored by the Chicago Bar Lawyer Referral Service. And here's meteorologist Bob Larson.
Lakeshore flood advisory in effect. That lasts till 11 a.m. tomorrow. Wind advisory till 7 o'clock this evening. As will stay very windy this afternoon. Partly sunny and chilly. High 45. Mostly clear and cold tonight. The wind diminishing. Low 29. Mostly sunny tomorrow. Chilly and breezy. High 46. Colder at the lakefront. Mostly sunny and turning milder on Saturday. High 58. Though again chillier at the lakefront. Breezy and warmer weather on Sunday. Partly sunny. High 64. Clouds and occasional sun on Monday. Still breezy and warm, high 64. Chance of showers Tuesday, breezy, quite mild. Tuesday side at about 60. The lakefront temperature 39, Midway 41. O'Hare 43, and Lakeview it's 40. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Bob Larson on Chicago's weather station. News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
WBBM News Time 2:16. Time to buy a new BMW from Elmhurst to BMW. It's time for sports, and here's Jeff Joniak.
The same 15 minutes away from the Bears introducing their newest quarterback, Andy Dalton, while their former quarterback and former number 2 overall pick in 2017, Mitchell Trubisky, finds a new home. He signs with the Buffalo Bills on a 1-year contract to back up Josh Allen for a team that is going to be widely considered a Super Bowl contender. Meanwhile, the Bears have re-signed long snapper Patrick Scales on a 1-year deal, so their whole kicking operation remains intact. Mike Glennon, the former quarterback, signs with the Giants, who also invest in former Vikings tight end Kyle Rudolph on a 2-year, $16 million deal. Kenny Golladay, the St. Rita product, expected to meet the Giants today, and the Jets apparently talking to the Steelers about wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster about a reunion with his USC quarterback Sam Darnold. Marcus Mariota could be let go by the Raiders after asking him to take a pay cut, and Kenyon Drake signs with the Raiders on a $14.5 million 2-year deal. White Sox star Dallas Keuchel against the Royals today. Cubs play the Indians. The NCAA men's basketball tournament gets underway with games to get into the seeds. Texas Southern St. Mary's to kick it off later this afternoon. Tomorrow, Illinois Drexel, and Loyola takes on Georgia Tech. The Blackhawks skate at Tampa Bay. Hawks have reassigned Brandon Peary to Rockford. He's been out since January, while Kirby Dock, with no timetable to return but doing well in skating and practice. Dylan Strom also on his way back from a concussion. With sports, and you're home for the Bears. Jeff Joniak, News Radio 105.9 FM.
WBBM News Time 2:18. Traffic and weather together on the 8th, sponsored by Kenosha Subaru, and here's Claire Lane.
Well, we're still tracking trouble on the northbound side of Lakeshore Drive. You had a crash in the Oak Street curve. It sounded like it was out of the way, but the tow truck is still trying to do that, to get it out of the way for you. So all lanes temporarily blocked northbound Lakeshore Drive. It shouldn't be too long, but you're tied up pretty significantly from Chicago Avenue. If you want to use Michigan, if you want to use a city street to head north and get on the drive essentially anywhere north of the Oak Street curve, you can. Southbound, backing down with gapers from the Oak Street curve to Chicago. Eaton's is good. Kennedy headed out 10 to Montrose. 8 in the Express is 24 to O'Hare. Inbound 35 from O'Hare. 25 coming in from Montrose. Solid traffic on the O'Hare extension eastbound. That's Coleman to Manheim with the crash. Dan Ryan headed out 20, or rather the outbound I is 26 to Manheim, 39 to 390. Inbound 35 from 390, 20 from Manheim. Stevenson in pretty good. Outbound is sluggish. 30 to the Tri-State, 40 to Veterans. On the outbound side of the Dan Ryan, you're looking at 30. 20 coming in, 57 in the Ford, not too terrible. Busy northbound on the Tri-State where you begin, just past the Bishop Ford crash sitting on the left shoulder. So that means you're heavy filtering onto the northbound Tri-State, westbound 8094. Backing down from Klein all the way to the Tri-State. Traffic is sponsored by Kenosha Subaru. Thinking about a new Subaru? Do yourself a favor. Take the short drive north and visit Kenosha Subaru and their newly expanded showroom, offering an even more relaxed and safe atmosphere for your next auto shopping experience. And now through March 31st, it's the Subaru Allowed to Love event. Next traffic report, 228, News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
Back to with the forecast for the rest of the afternoon. Very windy and chilly with gusts over 40 miles an hour. The rain pushing out of the Chicago area. Then the clouds will break. Partly sunny in the northern suburbs. A high today of 43. Tonight clearing and cold with winds gradually subsiding. A low of 31. Then tomorrow mostly sunny with a chilly breeze. A high of 46, but closer to 40 along the lakefront. Right now we have 43 degrees at O'Hare. Partly sunny skies. 41 at Midway. Cloudy, 39 at the lakefront, and in Lake Forest, partly sunny, 40 degrees, topping out at 43. On the markets, now negative territory. The Dow is down 60, the NASDAQ is down 346, the S&P 500 is down 45. It's 2:20. At our top story this hour, President Biden is expected to speak from the White House any moment now to talk about the pace of vaccinations against COVID-19. One of his campaign promises was 100 doses in the first 100 days of his presidency, and it appears, officials say, that the Biden administration is going to clear that hurdle comfortably. So we will bring the president's speech to you as soon as he takes the microphone right here on WBBM. We'll have much more on this coming up at 2:31. It's 2:21. Now, Minute for Kids.
With the American Academy of Pediatrics, I'm Dr. Don Schifrin. If you have children in their early teens, you may be familiar with growing pains. Growing pains are normal, with 25 to 40% of children experiencing them. They usually happen in the early evening or may even wake your child in the middle of the night. Growing pains are not triggered by growing bones. In fact, they are usually confined to the muscles, especially in the thighs and calves. Growing pains are best treated with massage, a heating pad, or ibuprofen. If the pain continues, or if your child develops a fever, redness in the painful area, or a limp, you should contact your pediatrician. Otherwise, these pains are a normal part of growing up, and TLC is the best treatment. Look for more information about growing pains on healthychildren.org. With a Minute for Kids, I'm Dr. Don Schifrin for News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
The News Watch continues. Chicago's Chinese-American community is denouncing anti-Asian sentiment that some say is causing anxiety.
Dr. Hong Lu, the executive director of the Midwest Asian Health Association, says she's seeing more Chinatown residents seeking mental health treatment. She says there is anxiety and fear over anti-Asian sentiment.
People are so scared of coming out, go to work, go to school, go to park, go to do activities, go to exercises, all those, and the businesses are afraid of opening late, staying late because of afraid of criminal activities.
CPD Commander Don Jerome says police are not seeing an increase in hate crimes here.
We haven't seen any kind of pattern or any kind of indication that there's an uptick in Asian American victims.
Some nonviolent incidents, he says, may go unreported. In Chinatown, Mike Krauser, News Radio 105.9 FM.
It's 2:22. Time for Keyword for Cash with this hour's keyword wallet. WALLET. Text the keyword wallet to 72881 before the end of the hour for your chance to win $1,000. That's wallet to 72881. Message and data rates may apply. Please don't text and drive. One randomly selected nationwide entrant will win $1,000. I'll give you a new code word next hour at 3:22, plus more chances to win at 22 minutes past each hour through 5:22 this afternoon, and again at this time tomorrow. So make sure you ask your smart speaker to play WBBM News Radio. Good luck. It's 2:23. Business news powered by Business IT Source and HP Secure Notebooks, and from Bloomberg, here's Elisa Parenti.
Rob, the sell-off is picking up steam, and the Dow is now lower by 74 points. The NASDAQ tumbling 2 2/3%, down 355, and the S&P is also now falling 1 1/4%, or 48 points. Oil down more than 7% today to finish at $60. Like so many businesses that benefited during the pandemic, the question for Dollar General: can those gains be sustained in the months to come? Investors doubt it, as comparable sales slumped 16% in the first few weeks of this month compared to the same time last year. More restaurants are looking to hire. Chipotle Mexican Grill and Noodles & Co. are a couple of the chains launching widespread hiring efforts as companies make bets on a post-pandemic travel, leisure, and hospitality comeback. Goldman Sachs is now forecasting the unemployment rate will fall from the current 6.2% to 4.1% by year's end. Who knows what this will mean for all of those home flipping shows on TV, but with inventory thin and home prices surging, home flipping sales and profits both declined last year. Property database Adam Data Solutions says just under 242,000 single-family homes and condos in the U.S. were flipped in 2020, down 13% from the year before. With business now at 23 and 53, live from the Bloomberg Newsroom, Elisa Parenti, News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
It's 2:25. We'll check traffic and weather together next.
Studio 41, now in Palatine, a state-of-the-art kitchen and bath showroom. Explore the working displays and latest product technologies. Discover the bold look of color in the Kohler Signature Store. Find us at shopstudio41.com.
Are you a homeowner? If so, you're a target for the fastest growing white-collar crime in the country, title fraud. It's another form of identity theft where someone steals your identity in order to place a lien on your home and drain its equity. But you don't have to fall victim to this type of identity theft. At Chicago Title Land Trust Company, they can help prevent title fraud before it occurs. A land trust can provide an extra layer of protection for your property and can be a strong deterrent to the scoundrels and scalawags who want to steal your property. For more information, visit ctlandtrust.com.
Chicagoland, this was a tough winter for your roof. Hi, Mark DiBartolo here with Len Roofing. Freezing temperatures and tons of snow created huge ice dams, causing water to seep into your home and do damage. At Len Roofing, we can assess the damage and stop the leaks on your roof and ceilings while protecting your home from the weather. If repairs are needed, we offer no interest, no payment, same as cash financing. Visit us at lenroofing.com. That's L-E-N roofing.com.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing.
It's 2:26. Let's go to the White House now and President Joe Biden.
That I said of administering 100 million shots for the virus in the first 100 days of our office. 100 million shots in 100 days. It was considered ambitious. Some even suggested it was somewhat audacious. Experts said that the plan was, quote, definitely aggressive, and distribution would have to be seamless for us to be successful. One headline simply put it, quote, it won't be easy, end of quote. Well, it wasn't. When we took office, there was a lot that had to be done. We needed more vaccines, more vaccinators, more places for people to get vaccinated. And we needed a whole-of-government approach. So I directed Jeff Zients, the coordinator of our COVID-19 response, to put us on a war footing, and I meant that in a literal sense, to get us on track to truly beat this virus. And I'm proud to announce that tomorrow, 58 days into our administration, we will have met my goal of administering 100 million shots to our fellow Americans. That's weeks ahead of schedule, and even with the setbacks we faced during the winter storms. And there's another big step on the path to checking putting checks in pockets and shots in people's arms. When we crossed the 50 million doses just 3 weeks ago, I told you that every time we hit the 50 million mark, I'd update you on our progress. So here's where we are today. 8 weeks ago, only 8% of seniors, those most vulnerable to COVID-19, had received a vaccination. Today, 65% of people aged 65 or older have received at least one shot, and 36% are fully vaccinated. And that's key, because this is the population that represents 80% of the well over 500,000 COVID-19 deaths that have occurred in America. We have nearly double the amount of vaccine doses that we distribute to states, tribes, and territories each week. We have gone from 1 million shots a day that I promised in December, before we were sworn in, to an average of 2.5 million shots a day, outpacing the rest of the world significantly. And here's how we accomplished this. Using the power given to a president under the Defense Production Act, we expedited critical materials in vaccine production, such as equipment, machinery, and supplies. We work with vaccine manufacturers to speed up the delivery of millions more doses and brokered a historic manufacturing partnership between competing companies who put patriotism and public health first. These steps put us on track to have enough vaccine supply for every adult American by the end of May, months earlier than anyone expected. And we stood up or supplied more than 600 community vaccination sites that are administering hundreds of thousands of shots per day. We launched the federal pharmacy program, which has allowed millions of Americans to get a shot at one of 14,000 local pharmacies in this country, the same way they get their flu shot. And for folks who aren't near a pharmacy or mass vaccination center, we've supplied more than 500 mobile clinics, like pop-up sites or vans, meeting people where they are. We deployed nearly 6,000 federal personnel, including FEMA, active duty military, and Department of Health and Human Services to support vaccinations and serve as vaccinators, putting the needle in people's arms. We're also supplying vaccines to community health centers to reach those who have been the hardest hit and suffered the most, especially Black, Latino, Native American, and rural communities. This is really important because we believe that speed and efficiency must be matched with fairness and equity. Now, when President Harris took a virtual tour of a vaccination center in Arizona not long ago, one of the nurses on that tour